Hi, I'm Erica, and I hope your week is off to a fantastic start. I'm thrilled that you're here, and if you're new to the Tea Minds, then welcome. This is a lovely, warm, cosy space where we pause for tea so that we can reconnect with ourselves, rebalance our mind, body, and spirit, and learn how to savour those precious moments before they slip away. In each episode, we explore how something as simple as a cup of tea can be a gateway to mindfulness, mental fitness, and learning to be more present in the way that we live. With inspiring tea routines, thought-provoking insights, and heartfelt conversations with amazing guests, this is your time to pause, rebalance, and thrive. Life is fast, but your tea doesn't have to be. So pop the kettle on, grab your favourite mug, and let's dive into the art of living with a tea mind. Hello and welcome to the Tea Mind podcast. I'm Erica Moore, and today we're going to be talking about something incredibly simple but incredibly powerful, and that is mirror gazing. So, as we step into spring, let's embrace the wisdom of tea and allowing its simplicity to guide us towards a season of clarity, focus, and gentle transformation. So, spring and the wood element is all related to a season of renewal. It's a time when the world starts to awaken once again, little blossoms start to unfurl. The air carries that promise of fresh beginnings as it starts to heat up a little bit. And just as nature shifts and rebalances, so we too have an opportunity to begin to realign with its rhythms. And there's no better companion for this transition than tea, particularly green tea during this season. And in green tea, it's more than just a drink. It's more of a practice and a real way of cultivating presence and clarity. And rooted in the wisdom of the five elements, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, green tea really serves as that bridge between the external shifts of the season and our internal state of mind. So, drinking green tea mindfully allows us to start to embody these qualities. It allows us to gently pause as we ground our energy while allowing us to fostering creativity and a sense of renewal at the same time. But true renewal isn't just about what we consume, it's also about what we see and what we reflect upon. And this is where mirror gazing becomes a really powerful practice. Just as we sip tea with intention, mirror gazing invites us to really witness ourselves with presence and with compassion. And in the stillness of the mirror, we begin to confront our own internal world. So I want you just to think back and consider when was the last time that you truly looked at yourself in the mirror? And I don't mean just a quick check of your eyebrows or your bed head. I mean actually looking into your own eyes and really seeing yourself, not just a face, but really seeing you as a person. And perhaps this is making you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Well, today we're going to be taking a little deep dive into why mirror gazing is such a transformative practice and how it really connects to Mel Robbins' high five habit as well. So grab a cup of tea, find a lovely, quiet, cozy spot, and let's reflect, literally. So I remember the first time I really made the connection and tried mirror gazing, and it felt really weird. It felt very uncomfortable. I was looking into my own eyes, but instead of feeling connected, I had lots of automatic nervous thoughts coming up. I had that voice in my head sort of judging me, just negative thoughts about baggy eyes, my skin, my hair, just all sorts of really unhelpful things that weren't getting me anywhere. Perhaps that sounds familiar. Many of us just use mirrors to really critique ourselves, and focusing on our flaws and comparing ourselves to unrealistic beauty standards, and using our reflection really as a measuring stick for how we should look. But what if we could change that relationship? And this is where really mirror gazing comes into its own. It's about shifting from judgment to connection. It's about looking at yourself the way that you'd look at your best friend, looking at yourself with kindness, curiosity, and love. And there's lots of science to back this up. Research in self-compassion psychology shows that making eye contact with yourself in the mirror can do things like reduce self-criticism, even lower your stress levels, and boost your self-acceptance and your self-worth. One study also found that people who practice self-compassionate mirror gazing, even just for 1 minute a day, reported feeling more confident and less anxious over time. Imagine that in just 60 seconds a day, you could feel more conscious and less anxious. But I understand it's not easy and it can throw up a lot of things for people. It seems quite unnatural. I remember doing a talk to some high school girls a while ago, and there were lots of parents in the audience too. And I was explaining the benefits of mirror gazing and how just giving yourself a little high five in the mirror, patting yourself on the metaphorical back can have a real boost to your confidence and your self-worth. But most people in that audience found it really difficult to do. And especially the parents, I had lots of them coming up to me afterwards, just trying to understand how they could actually do that and actually do it in their own lives. It was such an alien concept to them. So, how do we do it? Let us break it down into little steps to make it easier. So, first of all, it's really important to do it in a way that feels natural and it feels uplifting. So, the first thing is to find a quiet moment. So, not maybe not in a public toilet, but a nice quiet space where you feel safe and comfortable. Maybe first thing in the morning or right before bed. And just stand in front of a mirror and gently make eye contact with yourself. Not just a glance, really look into your eyes and see yourself. And then just focus on your breathing. Take a really deep breath, breathing in and just releasing any tension on your exhale. And just start small by saying something kind to yourself. Might be something as simple as you're doing great or well done, I see you. Whatever it is, just a simple, positive, kind word to yourself. And then smile. And this small action just triggers a really positive neurological response. And it might feel quite uncomfortable to start with, but stick at it. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And then I really invite you to take it up a notch with a simple but real game-changing technique from Mel Robbins called the high five habit. It's so good that she's written a book about it. So yeah, if you Google Mel Robbins and the high five habit, you'll see loads of really useful YouTube videos and of course her book, which I'll put the link in the show notes. So, Mel Robbins is a best-selling author and motivational speaker, and she's discovered something really profound, that the simple act of high-fiving yourself in the mirror can rewire your brain for confidence and motivation. And this might sound simple, but trust me, it really, really does work. In science, high fives are neurologically associated with celebration and encouragement and positivity. So, from childhood, we've been conditioned to associate that high five with winning, with supporting, and with camaraderie. So, when you high five yourself in the mirror, your brain just automatically starts to link that to achievement and to self-approval, even if you are feeling the complete opposite and do not feel like celebrating. And Mel Robbins herself has struggled with self-doubt, as lots of us do, and this habit has really helped her to break the cycle of negative self-talk. She's gone from waking up feeling unmotivated to starting her day with self-encouragement and energy. And in my own life, this is something that I've been doing, and I do it subconsciously whenever I look in a mirror, wherever I am, give myself a little high five habit. And lots of the time, people, if I'm in public, people wouldn't even know that I'm doing it, but it's so subconscious now just to say, well done. You're doing the best that you can to do today. Just keep going. You've got this. Just a little encouragement. And I find it much more useful than the negative self-talk that used to come in whenever I looked in a mirror. So here's how you do it. Every morning after brushing your teeth, just look at yourself in the mirror. Really look at yourself. Take that lovely deep breath. Say something positive to yourself. And then simply, you're going to give yourself a high five. Yep, just raise your hand and high five your reflection. It sounds silly, but thousands of people, including CEOs, athletes, entrepreneurs, all swear by it. So what have you got to lose? Give it a go. And this high five habit really works so well because it taps into the power of self-acceptance. And we spend so much time looking for external validation, like likes, compliments, promotions, but we really need to look within and really give ourselves that internal validation. And a 2021 study on self-compassion showed that people who practiced daily affirmations experienced higher levels of confidence and lower levels of anxiety in just 2 weeks. So yeah, these daily mirror affirmations really do work. But the truth is, your reflection isn't just about appearance, it's about really seeing yourself as a full person, somebody that's worthy of love, respect, and support. And this is a really good place to start. So, for the next week, I invite you to try that simple morning routine, just standing in front of the mirror for 60 seconds, breathing, observing yourself without any judgment. Simply then say something kind to yourself out loud if you can, and then high five yourself. Give yourself that little encouragement. And just if it feels weird, just notice that feeling. But I promise you, if you keep it up, try it for the next 7 days, it will change how you feel about yourself. So just as the steam from your tea rises, let that be a metaphor for the fog lifting and clearing from your mind. And as you gaze into the mirror, just let that reflection be more than skin deep. See your resilience and your evolution and your inner growth. And this coupling of tea and mirror gazing together can become a ritual of self-connection, just one sip, one breath, and one gaze at a time. So this spring, let both practices just gently guide you into a season of clarity, renewal, and self-trust. So I'd love to hear how it goes this week. Do give mirror gazing a try and let me know about your experiences. And yeah, start cheerleading yourself because it starts with you. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Tea Mind. If you found it helpful in any way, I'd be most grateful if you could subscribe, share, like, leave a review, tell someone that you think might benefit from listening to this. And remember that the way you see yourself really matters. So stand tall, take a deep breath, and give yourself a high five. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and I encourage you to consider one idea that you could take forward into your own life today. If you found this useful, please share so that we can bring more people along on this Tea Mind journey with us. And just a little disclaimer to note that the content shared on the Tea Mind podcast and web pages are for informational and inspirational purposes only and are not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis or treatment. Always seek the advice of your doctor or qualified healthcare professional with any questions that you may have regarding your health or a medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay seeking it because of something you've heard on this podcast. The host and contributors of the Tea Mind podcast disclaim any liability for decisions made based on the information provided. Always consult a professional for your individual needs.